The decision that was made on Sunday was a decision about respect, about reverence for a league. And Texas, a one-loss team with a Big 12 schedule, whose strength of schedule in America was number 2, not just because they played Bama on the road, but also because of the strength of the Big 12 this season. That proved Texas getting in with one loss proved the Big 12 carries more weight than the ACC. And this year, in a down year for the ACC, it not only hurts those 7 teams that said they'd likely want to leave the conference, it specifically hurts the one team, Florida State, who didn't get in. So what's the response to that? Absolute chaos. Now, I'm going to put this out here. Ross Dellinger did not tweet this. Brett McMurphy did not tweet this. Those aren't the guys writing these articles. But the smoke, where there's smoke, there's fire thing, I don't even know if I buy into that entirely. But I remember when the 4 corner schools came to the Big 12, it was these independent journalists, local journalists that were breaking news fast. They were on top of things. And when something like this comes up, I love when the conversation of the Big 12 having an entire meeting and discussing how it could move forward with ACC schools or ACC implosion and that being brought up, the rumors of that being brought up. I see that and I think, whoa. Before everybody starts to cast this to the side and say, oh, there's no way that would happen, this is impossible. Weren't we just having this conversation 2 months ago? We were just having a conversation about how Florida State might sue the ACC because the grant of rights that it was bought into was fraudulent, about how there wasn't a pay scale that traveled with inflation, about how Florida State could go and be the big dog in the conference but not get the money it was owed, that Boston College would get, how there wasn't a scaled system, and that Boston College is going to get a chunk of money that Florida State made and Boston College didn't exactly earn. Now, in that, not only was Florida State upset, you'll remember Clemson was upset, and NC State was upset, and UNC was upset, and it took NC State changing a vote for SMU and Cal to get in the conference. And the big players in that league, the biggest players in that league, did not like that. They were already unhappy. I can tell you, I was in Anchorage, Alaska, driving down the highway, trying to go to Mulcahy Baseball Stadium, and I remember thinking, wow, the more I'm reading this grant of rights, this might be fraud. Like, this isn't good. There was an expectation that was set with the grant of rights. The vernacular around it from ACC leadership didn't exactly follow up with what was actually being put out. That was months. It was in the summer, the middle of the summer. That was what the conversation was then. And think about the things that have happened since. A vote that didn't go the way of the powerhouse teams to let SMU for free, Cal and Stanford into the league. SMU is going to pay. They're going to offer nothing to the league. They're going to be there themselves for free. And then Florida State's booted from the college football playoff, and basically the committee's giving you strength of schedule because you can believe it's the whole Jordan Travis thing. But if it was Georgia, if it was Michigan, if it was Ohio State, again, Florida State has a brand that's like that, a brand that's that big, then this wouldn't be a conversation. But it is because of Florida State's placement in the ACC. If they were in the Big Ten, if they were in the listen to this, listen. If they were in the Big Ten or they were in the SEC, Florida State would not have gotten left out of the college football playoff. And if they were in the Big 12, they wouldn't have gotten left out of the college football playoff. Here's your proof. We didn't have a 13-0 Big 12 team. We had a 12-1 Big 12 team, and they're going to the college football playoff. Florida State's ACC is so bad. It's so bad in the eyes of the college football playoff committee that they got left out unscathed, whereas Texas from the Big 12, which must be so good, got in with one loss. That says a lot, buddy. And to me, that says the writing's on the wall. There were already 7 teams, it was rumored, who wanted to leave the ACC, who were exploring the options, negotiating options. What if we could get out? That left another 7 teams on the cutting room floor. And now the rumors coming out that those other 7 teams like Virginia Tech and Pitt and Syracuse and NC State and Louisville all are asking, hey, where can we go next? The rumors of them saying, hey, we want to have a safety net, a backup plan of where to go if this thing falls apart. That doesn't shock me because we've been here having this same conversation for 5 months. So now what if that does happen? Well, Brett Yormark's chomping at the bit. If you know that you can get Pitt and West Virginia in this conference, oh my gosh, if you're a West Virginia fan, you are so pumped right now. You can finally have some sort of regionality in the Big 12. That somebody can be right there, that something on the East Coast opens up. The Big 12 has already expanded west. And the idea of ACC implosion, because Florida State and Clemson want to go to the ACC, or the SEC, I'm sorry. Or if UNC wants to go to the Big 10, the day that happens, I know Is it that, guys? Listen. Why did the ACC just add 3 teams? In case they added 3 desperate teams that aren't going to give them much. They didn't do it because those schools are going to bring some kind of athletic juice to the ACC. They did it so 3 other teams that want to leave, they still get to stick with their current TV deal. What you are seeing is the ACC screaming at you, we are as close as it gets to just falling apart. That the ACC is in a spot right now that is not good.